Semper Paratus, always ready. This is the motto of the United States Coast Guard, and it signifies how we perform every day. Saving lives, protecting natural resources, and guarding our nation's security is standard operating procedure for the U.S. Coast Guard. We are America's Maritime Guardian. The Coast Guard is a military multi-mission maritime service. We may be the nation's smallest service, but the Coast Guard's responsibilities are substantial and critical to the U.S. national economy, national security, and national defense. A component of the Department of Homeland Security, the U.S. Coast Guard has three primary responsibilities: maritime safety, security, and stewardship. Coast Guard members operate under the Guardian ethos, with a core role to protect the public, the environment, and U.S. security interests in any maritime region. The goal of maritime safety is to save lives and property linked with maritime transportation, fishing, and recreational boating. The Coast Guard regularly conducts inspections on thousands of domestic and foreign flagships that sail the nation's waterways. By working closely with the maritime industry, we establish manufacturing standards for vessels and equipment that reduce human risk factors. We ensure the safety of America's maritime commerce, a key component of our nation's economic strength. Maritime safety is not limited to the commercial maritime industry. Through our Coast Guard Auxiliary, thousands of recreational boaters are provided boating safety training each year. The Coast Guard inspects and maintains more than 50,000 federal aids to navigation, the traffic signals of the nation's waterways. Perhaps the maritime safety mission is best known for its heroic search and rescue teams who assist mariners in distress. In the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, more than 5,000 Coast Guard personnel performed search and rescue operations, waterway reconstitution, and environmental operations. Our dedicated people saved more than 33,000 lives in the 2 weeks following the landfall of Katrina. Protecting the nation's borders is another key mission for the Coast Guard. Performing our duties as a major player of the President's national drug control strategy, we patrol the transit zones, a 6 million square mile area of water used by drug smugglers. The Coast Guard is now faced with one of the emerging and most significant threats to our nation, that of manned and unmanned self-propelled semi-submersible vessels that transport multi-ton loads of cocaine and other illicit cargo bound for the United States. The Coast Guard is also the lead agency for enforcement of U.S. immigration laws at sea. Performing both of these duties, we are known for our sensitivity and vigilance. The flow of goods and people is another key Coast Guard responsibility. In partnership with the Transportation Security Administration, we are working on implementing a Transportation Worker Identification Credential. This credential will serve as a tamper-resistant smart card that contains an individual's biometric information. In times of conflict, we proudly serve alongside the Navy and Marine Corps. Our cutters accompany naval battle groups around the world, providing unique expertise for peacetime and wartime operations, ranging from port security to boarding commercial vessels. We serve as powerful role models to many of the world's maritime nations that conduct similar missions. As a key participant in Operations Enduring Freedom and Iraqi Freedom, we conduct maritime interception operations and coastal security patrols. Our expertise in small boat handling, maritime law enforcement, and non-compliant boarding tactics enable us to train the Iraqi Navy and Marines. Overfishing has dramatically depleted fish stocks worldwide. forcing fisheries to find new resources and exploit existing ones more ruthlessly. The U.S. Exclusive Economic Zone, EEZ, which extends 200 miles out from our shores, is a primary target since it includes some of the most productive fishing grounds in the world. To preserve this important resource, we patrol the more than 3 million square miles of the EEZ, enforcing laws designed to protect both our fishing industry and the marine environment. Stewardship also means maintaining the Vessel Traffic Services System, which coordinates the safe movement of commercial vessels through congested harbors and waterways while protecting critical habitat and shorelines. Another aspect of this mission is our critical ice-breaking ability that keeps shipping lanes open for commercial traffic in the winter. As we serve our great nation, we continue to implement new initiatives with strategic intent. In 2007, the U.S. Coast Guard Strategy for Maritime Safety, Security, and Stewardship was signed by the Commandant. The strategy takes a comprehensive look at the current and future challenges within the maritime field and establishes strategic priorities for the Coast Guard to address these issues. Recapitalizing and modernizing the Coast Guard through more capable, interoperable aircraft, cutters, and command centers will allow us to perform our demanding missions more effectively, efficiently, and safely. For our highly trained, highly dedicated men and women, active duty, reservists, civilian employees, and auxiliarists, always ready is more than a motto. It is a way of life. We proudly continue our long tradition of honor, respect, and devotion to duty. We are proud to serve the citizens of the United States. We are America's Maritime Guardian.